part of this scholastic method too is this conviction that the formation of distinctions deepens your understanding of the subject matter. So it's not enough to just say we believe in justification by faith alone. It's important for us to say, what do we mean by justification by faith? Is faith the ground, or is faith the instrumental cause? Is faith the meritorious cause? And so they would distinguish between different kinds of ways of talking about faith alone as that which we are justified, right? Or when we talk about Scripture alone as our authority, what do we mean by Scripture alone as our authority? Is this our norming norm? Is it a norm? I mean, we've got to talk about these kinds of fine distinctions to get at the substance of the subject matter, if you will. Mm-hmm. So those are just kind of simple examples, but there's more distinctions to be formed in relation to any subject matter of theology, any loci of theology that we're talking about. And again, they don't see the fine distinctions as hindrances or somehow nitpicky sort of explorations, but they are in fact important and integral to the theological task.
One of the things that a reader of Turretin will come across quite quickly is that little phrase, "we distinguish."
Yeah.
Which I do think modern readers might get frustrated. They get a little bit, they might think we're getting bogged down in definitions, bogged down in this precise language, distinctions, as you put it, Gray. Help the modern reader. I think Peter's spoken to this as well, but help the modern reader. Why should I care about all of these fine line kinds of distinctions? How does that advantage me?
Yeah, I think we should care about it because so much of our theological heritage depends upon fine distinctions. I mean, the most immediate example that comes to mind is the Nicene Creed itself. The Arians argued that the Son is of like substance with the Father, homoousios, whereas the Christian or the Nicene believer believes that the Son is of the same substance of the Father, homoousios. So a singular iota can make a world of difference in your theological content there and convictions. And from a singular iota, we assert either that the Son is equal in divinity with the Father or lesser than the Father. And if the Son is lesser than the Father, then the question comes to you that how can you worship the Son and not commit idolatry then? If there's only one God and you're worshiping the Son who is of a similar substance to the Father but is of a lesser substance of the Father because there was a time at which he was not, then it follows that you have compromised something about monotheistic worship. If you compromise the Shema, the first commandment of the Ten Commandments, right? So I think Christians ought to care very much about precise theological language because from a singular deviation, you might have a whole host of theological and moral consequences that you're committing yourself to without knowing it, unwittingly, right? So Turretin is really concerned about getting to these fine distinctions because he believes that so much of what we believe as Protestants hinges upon those distinctions as well.